Adding and subtracting polynomials. There was a movie with Michael Keaton called Multiplicity. It was basically it was he was in some scientific experiment and he was cloned, so he was identical. Okay, identical, uh, multiple of him. What we're adding and subtracting polynomials is not challenging whatsoever. It's not hard at all. Only thing we have to do is identify like terms and combine them, which is really not new. It's not really new of anything that we've done. It's just now we're going to have exponents. Okay, that's it. It's really, we've done, so let me ask you a question here. What is 3x plus 7x? What's that equal? Dylan, is your hand up? 10x. Okay? It's combining like terms. But if I had 3x plus 7a, what does that equal? 3x plus 7a, because they are not like terms. Does everybody understand that? Okay? We've already done this. Okay? We've already done this. So this is not challenging. The only thing we're doing here is we're taking something like this. It's a little bit longer. I mean, it's not terribly longer, but it's a little bit longer. This is not in your book, so please write, well, hopefully you're writing all of this down. But here's an example that you will see. It'll say find, and they're going to give you polynomials. 2x squared plus x minus 8 plus 3x minus 4x squared plus 2. And so you just need to find those terms that are the same. So you're looking, and we're talking about the variables or constants. Okay. So the variables, what are the variables that are the same? What do we have? Go ahead. Right. So one of the things you do many times, I'm going to use different colors to help you see this. And now it's a plus. I can move those around because of the properties we learned in Algebra 1, Part 1. So I have 2x squared minus 4x squared. What else do we have? Crystal. And we have x and positive 3x. And what else do we have? And we have negative 8 and positive 2. Does anyone not see that? Does anyone not see that? So now we just combine those terms. So, John, I think you talked about the x squareds. What's 2x squared minus 4x squared? Very good. Negative 2x squared. Who did the orange? Who gave me the x's? Crystal. So what's x plus 3x? X plus 3x. Thank you. Positive 4x. And Justin, what's the last one? Negative 6. Folks, that's it. That's your answer. That is all this is. Okay? It's very, very easy. Okay? All right, for those of you on the internet or listening to this later today, what I want you to do right now is I'm going to give you some exercises for you to do because Mr. McLaughlin's not here. Hopefully this is being done correctly. I want you to do 1, 5, and 9. And for those of you right in front of me right now, skills practice 7-5, 1, 5, and 9. We're going to pause the video at this time. After you do that, put the video back on. All right? Okay, welcome back. The answers are, for number 1, 6x plus 12y. For number 5, 2m squared plus m. And number 9, 3f plus g plus 1. For those of you, again, listening, and if you're with your partners, if someone or a number of people got them all correct and you did not and don't understand, please check with them now so they can help you on this. And if you're going to do that, pause this video at this time until that is done and come back once everything is finished. Hello, I'm back. All right, let's go to the next piece. All right, again, this is not in your book or in your workbook. Now, the first part we did was addition. Okay, now next part I'm going to show you is subtraction. It is not difficult. The only thing you're going to need to do, there's one more step. You have to change your signs. That's the only thing you have to do. Here's an example. We have 3x squared plus 2x minus 6 minus, okay, subtraction, 2x plus x squared plus 3. The only difference we see here is this minus sign, okay? That's the only difference, the minus sign. And I'm just doing this to highlight it, okay? With that minus sign, sorry about that, forgot to turn the light off. Those of you in internet land, you can't see I turned the light off, but I did. Just imagine in your mind, I turned it on. All right, you're going to have to change the signs of everything that is in the parentheses, okay? Everything in those parentheses, and it's not highlighting the way I wanted to, but that's okay. Everything in those parentheses the sign needs to change. So if I'm this 2 right here, is it a positive or a negative 2 right now? Positive. It's positive 2. So it's going to need to change to a what? Negative 2. How about this x squared? Positive or negative? It's positive, so it'll need to change to negative. What is this? A positive and what's it going to need to change to? A negative. Okay? That's all you do. So rewrite it. You just rewrite it. Just the second one, because that's the only one that affects everything in the parentheses. It's like a negative 1 outside here. So it gets multiplied through. So you have 3x squared plus 2x minus 6. So now this was positive. This has to become negative. This was positive. It has to become negative. This was positive. It has to become negative. Then everything else, we do the same. You combine like terms, so I'm going to quickly go through it. I will use different colors. I have a 3x squared, suppose it changed, 3x squared minus an x squared. Hopefully you see that. And many times, so I can make sure I don't make a mistake, I put these in different geometric figures. Okay, so I use a square for that one. It's like playing games. All right. So now I look for the x. I'm like, oh, I have positive 2x. And I'm going to put this in a triangle so I know I've used it. And then, ooh, there's a negative 2x. Ooh, looky, looky. Well, that's not quite a triangle, but it's different from a square, so it's negative 2x. And what else do I have left? Oh, I still have a negative 6, so I'll put that in a circle. There you go, circle. Called it. Okay, minus 3. So we're not doing anything different than we did before, and now we just combine like terms. So what's 3x squared minus x squared? Just yell it out. 2x squared. 2x squared. What's 2x minus 2x? 0. My hero. I just put it here to show you don't have to put it down. Once you know it's 0, you don't have to put it down. I'm putting it down here just so you can see it. And then what's minus 6 minus 3? Negative 9. Look at you. You folks got your negatives going on now. And so obviously what we will do for the final, it's 2x squared minus, and that's it. Ta-da! How hard is that? It's very hard, okay? Amanda, and yes, Amanda said it was very hard. So now all the world can hear that Amanda said this is really hard. Even in Australia, they're going to know that this is very hard. Excuse me? You did something similar. The only difference now is you have exponents, okay? That's it. That's the only difference. That's why I told you it's so easy. It's so easy. All right, so for those of you here and those of you listening to the sound of my mellifluous voice, skills practice, numbers 3, 7, and we'll go 11. 3, 7, and 11. 3, 7, and 11. All right? Those of you, again, on the internet, when you are done, please just turn it back on, and I will give you the answers. And work with your groups. Work with your groups. Okay? I'll talk to you in a little bit. Amanda is skipping steps. You know how Mr. McLaughlin feels about skipping steps. Amanda, do not skip steps. And those of you out there, don't skip steps either. Not yet. Skip steps when you know it. Not yet. All right, get back to work. Amanda has a confession. Go ahead.
She's a bully.
No, that's not right. That's not. Go, Amanda. Go.
I don't know what to say.
Just say what you just said.
I'm making little mistakes.
She's making little mistakes. Don't make little mistakes, she said. Block 3, are you going to be better than block 1? They're still working on it, and this is about 10 minutes. So I'm not going to give the answers yet, block 3, but just letting you know, block 1's having a little bit of a challenge here. We'll see if Courtney's saying, come on up here, Courtney. Let's see. We're going to see if Courtney got it correct for all the world to hear. Number 3 is correct for Courtney. Number 7 and number 11. Courtney knows what she's doing. All right, those of you in internet land, the answers are, for number 3, 3a plus 5b. Number 7, d squared minus 3d. And number 11, x cubed minus 4x plus 2. And Ben's going to say bye.
Goodbye.